I go from professional, like a fan, to like, you're about to have sex with him, right?
You can't do 2 songs, and I only remember one of them. Watch me, you.
Marlon Wayans, smack your bald head ass. Man, shut the up, man.
Welcome back, friends. Y'all already know we stay deep in the messiest celebrity drama. And listen, today's story, it's wild. Like, truly one of the strangest, most chaotic sagas we've seen in a while. We're talking Soulja Boy, Marlon Wayans, secret lovers, AI diss tracks, Jaguar Wright, and more twists than a Netflix series. Buckle up, because this one's about to be a ride. Now, y'all remember when Soulja Boy and Marlon Wayans randomly started beefing out of nowhere? Yeah, that already had people confused, but now, things just got 10 times crazier. A man has come forward claiming he's Soulja Boy's secret lover, and he's spilling it all. He's even accusing Soulja of handing out hush money to keep it quiet. And somehow, this whole mess ties right back to the beef with Marlon. So let's rewind this tape and really break it down. First off, yep, it's true. Soulja and Marlon really did get into it. And that's shocking because these two were never even in the same scene.
Soulja Boy, he been canceled. Nobody cares Soulja Boy. I don't know if they knew it was underwritten Trump event.
One's a rapper who blew up the internet back in the MySpace era with Crank That, and the other's a comedy legend, part of one of the most iconic entertainment families ever. Totally different lanes. But earlier this year, those lanes crossed, and sparks flew. It all started after Soulja performed at an event celebrating Trump's second inauguration. Now, a lot of folks already had strong opinions about that, but Marlon, he wasn't holding back. He went on a radio show and basically said Soulja was canceled, washed up, and only showed up for the check. Straight shade. And if you know Soulja Boy, you already know he is not the type to let that slide.
I'll put you in one of the movies. I need a crackhead for the new scary. I need a crack and a meth head all mixed together. You're perfect. I need someone that looks like a wet Muppet. That's what I need. I need crack and meth together. I need creth together. I want someone to look like they'll sell your car, rob you, and suck your all at the same time. Soulja Boy.
Instead of laughing it off or brushing past it, he went online and straight up lost it. But he didn't just clap back with light jokes. Nah, he went low. He brought up Marlon's late mother and made super offensive comments that had fans gasping.
Marlon Wayans, you now what? And I'll knock your out. What you wanna do? You suck to get in your position. What? I got on MySpace and YouTube and grinded as a teenager in the hood, and I made, and you mad because you had to get your ass. You had to suck, and you had to sell your soul, and you had to paint yourself like a white. I ain't never did none of that. I kept it real, kept it gangster. Nobody never played with me. I never dressed up like a. You talking about my kids ain't trans. My kids real. My kid, I stand on business with my kids. I love my kids. You talking about and respect to anybody kids who is gay or any whoever gay or trans. We love the LGBT community, but it's gonna play with me on my mama. You're not gonna hide behind your kid either. You West Side Zone one. You's a mark. You's a buster. On my mama, you ain't never did shit. You could never compare to me. Oh, about to have a stroke.
People were not feeling it, not even a little. Of course, Marlon Wayans wasn't about to sit there quietly. He came back in true comedian fashion, throwing sarcastic shade and even joking that Soulja's wild, unhinged behavior was giving him fresh ideas for a new scary movie. Classic Marlon, right? Funny, slick, cutting, exactly how you'd expect him to handle it. Honestly, that could have been the end of the whole thing. But nope, Soulja Boy wasn't finished. He doubled down and took it to a whole new level. Soulja started talking about Marlon's son Kai, making comments that came off straight up homophobic and transphobic. And at that point, the internet went from entertained to furious. People were not having it. That was the line, and Soulja crossed it. That's when Marlon snapped. He came all the way out swinging, standing strong for his son and shutting Soulja down hard. He didn't just defend Kai, he dragged Soulja Boy for being washed up, irrelevant, and clinging to internet antics instead of music. And instead of sticking to tweets, Marlon got creative. Out of nowhere, Marlon Wayans dropped a country-style diss track made with AI aimed directly at Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy's on Krenak and meth. I can smell it on his breath.
Y'all, that thing was savage. The lyrics were slick, loaded with petty bars, and just disrespectful enough to sting. The fact that it was AI generated only made it funnier and messier because it showed Marlon wasn't just clapping back, he was innovating new ways to roast. The internet lost its mind. But hold up, just when you thought this feud had reached peak chaos, a whole new player entered the game. A man who calls himself William the Baddest stepped forward, claiming he was Soulja Boy's secret lover. Yeah, you heard that right.
I loved it. I had some it was Louis, it was everything, and it was perfect. And he was like, take this, you white bitch, right? Like he kept, like he's very like into like the race play stuff. Is he gonna hurt me? Is he making music? Heart beating, you know what I mean? You get down, and I was like, oh, am I gay? Yeah, I'm gay as fuck. I get in there, and at that moment, I go from professional, like a fan, to like, you're about to have sex with him, right?
He sat down with Tasha K for an interview, and listen, he did not hold back. He spilled every messy detail of what he claimed went down, describing Soulja in ways that had people's jaws on the floor. He even said he felt nervous and low-key scared during the alleged encounter, and that raised even more eyebrows. Of course, Soulja Boy laughed it all off like it was a joke. He denied everything, but then he threw in a wild twist, claiming Meek Mill was the mastermind behind it, paying William to spread lies.
You got me f***ed up. Luckily, all my hoes, they know what it is. Like, all my hoes, none of my hoes hit me about that shit. One of my hit me about that shit. Soon as she hit me talking about, what's this? I was like, Josh, you bitch. Don't ever play with me like that, bro. You think I'll play like that? That's when I said, nah, I'm finna sue this. You better be glad if one of my would have never said nothing about it, I would have let this shit rock. We would have caught you in the streets. Soon as you start fucking interfering with my real life, oh hell no, I had one of my talking about, what's this? What? We finna sue the fuck out this ass nigga. But I should've got that because don't even ask me no shit like that. You think I'll talk to a fucking boy bitch? Lose my number, ho. I'm a real gangster from the streets. The next day I get at you and Meek Mill, this talking about Soulja. I know you paid him. On my mama, Meek Mill, you was a and Diddy, but don't let me get started on you. I call 50 been on your head. You can't even talk right now. So you don't be doing no behind the scenes and telling this. He said he did that for y'all.
Now that's a plot twist nobody saw coming. And guess what? Things still weren't done heating up. Jaguar Wright entered the chat. And if you know Jaguar, you know she never pulls punches. She came swinging with her own set of outrageous claims.
I'm saying that he's a stone. And I've spoken to 2 men he's lived in sales with. Who you had with? Curtis? No, I'm not saying allegedly. You're and you know it.
I'm gonna do my Pierce Morgan and say he's not here to defend himself, so
no,
we're
and neither is his ass.
According to her, Soulja Boy wasn't the villain. He was actually a victim of the music industry. She said he was used, chewed up, and thrown into sketchy situations from early on in his career. She even compared his experiences to what Lil Wayne allegedly went through when he was younger in the game. But she didn't stop there. Jaguar claimed that Soulja had allegedly been involved in secret encounters with powerful industry figures, and she went as far as to name drop 50 Cent. The internet caught fire instantly. Now, to be fair, Jaguar has a reputation for making explosive claims that don't always line up. People question her credibility constantly because of her own legal drama and wild statements in the past. And yes, both Soulja Boy and 50 Cent have denied or laughed off the rumors. But still, once something like that hits the internet, the conversation's already alive and the speculation takes on a life of its own. At this point, you gotta pause and ask, why are Soulja Boy and Marlon Wayans even beefing? Like seriously, what do a rapper and a comedian have to fight about? Rappers beef with rappers. Comedians roast comedians. This crossover is straight up bizarre. But then again, if you know Soulja Boy's history, you already know this man will beef with anybody. Doesn't matter if you're a rapper, a comedian, a talk show host, or even a politician. If there's a spotlight, Soulja will find a way to jump in it. And look, cross-industry beef isn't totally new. We've seen it before. 50 Cent versus Floyd Mayweather, Eminem versus Machine Gun Kelly, which dragged into Hollywood circles, Trump versus Rosie O'Donnell. Remember how messy that was? These random clashes always grab attention because they're unexpected. But here's the difference. Soulja does this all the time. Starting beef isn't random for him. It's his strategy. It's literally like his second career. And Marlon Wayans? He just became the latest name on Soulja's long list of targets.
Now the big question, is this real beef or is it all just a stunt?
Think about it. Marlon's got Scary Movie 6 dropping next year. A little controversy, perfect promo to get people talking. And Soulja? He hasn't had a chart-topping hit in a long time, but he stays trending by stirring the pot. Every time he beefs, the blogs light up, TikTok makes memes, and Twitter debates explode. It's engagement gold. But here's where it gets deeper. When Soulja made those comments about Marlon's transgender son, this stopped being just entertainment. That moment forced real conversations about discrimination, about how harmful language like that is, and about the responsibility celebrities carry when they speak. Suddenly, this wasn't just gossip, it was a cultural moment. Fans split right down the middle. On one side, people praised Marlon for defending his son with dignity and fire. On the other, Soulja's hardcore fans defended his right to say and do whatever he wants, no matter how controversial. And just like that, a feud that started over shady jokes turned into a bigger debate about identity, cancel culture, and the lines celebs shouldn't cross. Meanwhile, the memes just kept the fire burning. Marlon's line about Soulja not being relevant since 2007, instant meme material. The internet couldn't get enough. And the fact that Marlon used AI to drop a diss track, that's some next level chaos. It showed how much the game is changing. Feuds aren't just Twitter rants anymore. Now celebs are using new technology to roast each other, and fans are eating it up.
At the end of the day though, you gotta admit, this Soulja Boy and Marlon Wayans beef is one of the strangest pop culture crossovers we've seen in years. It's messy, it's random, it's chaotic, but it's also fascinating. You've got a rapper, a comedian, wild rumors, serious social issues, and even AI all tangled together. It's not just entertainment, it's a snapshot of where celebrity culture is at right now. So what do y'all think? Is this a real feud, or are Soulja and Marlon just finessing the internet for clout and a comeback? Did Soulja finally push it too far, or is this just another play from his drama blueprint? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to share this with your people, because trust me, this drama is too wild to keep to yourself. See y'all on the next one!